So to get started with building this garden label, let's first add in some simple shapes. So we'll just use this, and I want to unlock the shapes, that way I can make it longer than it is wide. If you keep it locked, it'll keep it proportional. And I want to turn it upside down so that way the taper leads towards the bottom. And I don't really care about the size at this point. I'm just going to drop in the shapes, and then I'll work with it, and then I'll resize it once I get the overall shape built. And what I'm doing here is I'm going to insert a couple of rectangles, and I'm going to place them so that they're tapered and kind of creating this V. And so I'll copy and then mirror it, and then I'm going to use them to kind of whittle down and create that sharp point at the end of this tapered piece that I have in. So it's kind of snapping to each of these, so it's a little bit difficult to get lined up, but you can see right there, if I get the two shapes lined up relative to each other, then I can just move this as one unit to the center and where I want it. So there we go. And then the next thing that I want to do is use the combine tool, but instead of combining, I'm going to subtract from the shape that I already put in. So there you can see what I'm left with is that sharp point. And my next step is I want to put in an oval, or just a kind of a rectangle with some rounded, like this pill shape, with some rounded edges. And so what I'm going to do is just expand that out, and let's position it over the top. You can see I get that little blue line that indicates that it's centered. And the next thing I want to do is unite these two pieces together, and then I'll have one shape that is the outline of the garden label that I'm creating. So the next thing we need to do is just resize and add the label. So let's just add in a text, and we'll put in cucumbers. And just it helps to go ahead and change that to the engrave processing type. And you can just play around with different fonts, whatever looks the best for you on your project. You could also add in like little pictures of the vegetables that you're going to use. And I thought it'd look neat just to have this tilted a little bit like that. And we'll add it, make it bold, and just resize it, get everything positioned the way you like it, and we're good. Let's go ahead at this point and set up the parameters for our laser. And if you've watched some of my videos before, you can see that I've got presets for a lot of this. So I'm going to select cut, and I've got a preset for this basswood plywood that I've got. And then we'll select the engrave for the text, and we're set. So if you're going to be doing this with several rows or different types of plants, I thought it would be good to show how to duplicate these. So we just select the whole image and then copy it. And then to get the most out of the material that you're using, like I've spun this around so that way I can push them really close together. So you can see that these would match up, and I could just keep on copying and pasting and placing these as close as I possibly can. And then if I wanted to change anything about these, it's pretty simple. All I need to do is click in, and if we wanted to change this out to something like potatoes, all I've got to do is change out that text, and you can see the alignment and everything stays the same as it was. And the engrave parameters, all that stuff stays the same. I just need to maybe reposition it because the word is actually shorter. And now we're in good shape, and we're ready to engrave. And I could even make another just like before, just copy and paste and position it wherever we want it so that it lines up on our material.